Okay, so a gymnastic leading onto a track is pretty much my favorite type of exercise. You have the gymnastic that is beneficial to your horse's jumping technique, and then the track works on the rider's skill set. So it's nicely balanced. This gymnastic will work on your horse's agility and balance, while the track will test you on your tight turnbacks, which is pretty handy for jump-offs, as well as a couple of related distances. Okay, so there's nothing complicated about this setup. It won't take you long to set it up, and it's an exercise you can leave in your arena for a couple of weeks, so it's well worth doing. Let's start off with the gymnastic going down the top long side of your arena. So it's a bounce, one stride to a vertical, one stride to another bounce, and then one stride to an oxer. And these are the measurements. So the bounce measures 3 paces, then from the bounce to the vertical it's 7 paces, then from the vertical to the second bounce it's also 7 paces, then another 3 paces for the second bounce, and from the bounce to the oxer, you guessed it, it's also 7 paces. Next, you set up this line down the bottom long side of your arena. Vertical to oxer. It rides down on 5 strides and paces out the standard 24 paces for the 5 strides. Next, you set up this vertical related on a curve to the vertical in the line you just set up. It rides down on 6 strides and walks the standard 28 paces for the 6 strides. And lastly, you set up this vertical and oxer like this, making sure you can get these rides to and from them. And that's it, you're all set up and ready to go. Don't forget about the link to the JPEG of the course plan in the description below. It's much easier to set up off your phone that way. So I think quite a nice way to do this exercise is to do the gymnastic on its own one day and then the gymnastic and the track the other day. So in other words, if you jump twice a week, your first jump is the gymnastic and your second jump is the gymnastic and the track. Remember to start small and slowly make it bigger. Okay, now you do the full exercise. Remember to watch the pressure points chapter coming up next. I'll give you a little heads up as to what pressure points there are in the track and how you should ride them. So the pressure points in this exercise mainly involve riding the turns well. There are 2 big turnbacks into related distances, and how you ride them will affect how the related distances ride. So let's start off with this turn. It's a tight turn to an oxer. So it's easy to lose your canter a bit here, which will give you a quiet ride into the oxer, which isn't the end of the world, but not always ideal. So make sure you keep your leg on and keep stepping through the corner, and be sure to get as straight as you can. The same applies to this corner, except if you get a very quiet ride to the vertical, it will make the related distance ride long. So you want to avoid that and keep moving through the corner. If you have to really ride to get the distance on the related distance, it makes this corner much more difficult. And then you really need to focus on getting super straight to this jump. It's easy to get this type of ride to it, which will put you onto the direct line for the related distance and make it ride short. Awesome, you made it to the end. So you're the type of person that will really enjoy this channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit the subscribe button and I'll keep the videos coming.